Hey guys, in this lecture, we're going to talk about a very common question that a lot of beginner Amazon sellers have. And that's, is Amazon still profitable? And is it going to be profitable in the next couple of years? And to that, I say absolutely yes. It is still profitable to sell on Amazon. And I'm going to prove that to you today. Now, before we get started, I suggest that you check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and like, and also check out my Facebook page so we can just keep talking to each other, and I can answer your questions. I can update you with more information about this course as I update this course. But anyways, let's get into what we're going to be discussing today. So there's two things I want to talk about. That's the competition of Amazon in 2017, October, and whether or not you can actually make money off of the products that are sold on Amazon. Answering these two questions, I believe, really addresses the main question: is it still possible to sell on Amazon? Number one, the competition. Yes, there is a lot of competition. That's something that we have to accept. You are going to be competing with other sellers. That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be crushed by competition. I have a lot of resources in this course, such as Jungle Scout, that will allow you to find products where there's mild competition or even low competition in some cases, which is really good. So that being said, I don't think that there's a lot of competition in certain areas. And now, why is that? Why isn't it that everyone just comes into Amazon and starts selling all these sorts of products? Well, there's a main reason to that. When you become an Amazon seller, you need to find what's called a niche. You're going to create a brand, and you're going to basically create an Amazon store. It's kind of like an eBay store, but that store is going to have a title, and that title should be very specific to a certain market within Amazon, a certain subcategory, so to speak. So that way, if you sell to that, people, when they purchase your product, they know, hey, this company is, they focus on the product that I'm purchasing. If you create a generic brand, which in this case I have Q-Shine, it's a very generic brand. I can't tell whether or not this company is designed to sell inflatable T-Rex. So am I purchasing a good product? I'm not sure. It's very similar when you go on eBay and you purchase from a random person. How do you know that they don't sell other stuff like cameras and phones and beauty products? Because if they do that, then, well, how much care do they put in designing inflatable T-Rexes in this case? Probably not a lot. So for that reason, if you want to be successful on Amazon, you're going to have to pretty much find a niche that you're going to really appreciate. That being said, because that's the case, there's a large barrier of entry. In fact, there's an ultimate barrier of entry that you're going to be able to only produce the products that relate to your brand. And so for that reason, when someone else comes into Amazon, they're going to sell to a very specific subcategory within Amazon. And there are millions of products. There are millions and millions of products. And so you're probably not going to compete with another person that comes into Amazon. So there's very limited competition in that sense. Now, is there still competition? Yes. You're going to probably compete with at least 20 to 50 to possibly a couple hundred sellers. But we're going to teach you how to improve your SEO so that you rank hopefully on the first page. So that's that. There's not a lot of competition. There's not nearly as much competition as there would be, say, on eBay, where there's no barrier to entry. Anyone can sell anything. And once you get 100,000 sales and a nice little sticker that says bestseller or whatever, you're pretty much going to be able to compete with anyone, which is why eBay is so inflated. Amazon, though, not so much. So that answers the first question about competition. I do believe that there's going to be, a lot of niches that are still overlooked in Amazon for the next few years. And the fact that Amazon is coming out with new products, well, not necessarily Amazon, but the world is coming out with new products and seasonal products that I believe will always open doors for you to create new products on Amazon. Now, that is the competition side of it. There's also the profit side of it. Considering the competition that there is it possible to still make a lot of money? Am I going to be making like $1 profit per product, or am I going to be making, 50 to 100% margins? About a couple of years ago, the average margins that you would see was probably around 50 to 75%. Now that there's a little bit more competition, profit margins are somewhere between 30 to 50% for an ideal product to sell on Amazon. That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be making less money. There are also many more users on Amazon that are purchasing. So the sale velocity, or the velocity of income, is still about the same for everyone. In fact, it probably is going up for most people because the fact that there are so many more buyers on Amazon. So there are those two factors that are playing in, and so long as Amazon keeps getting popular, which I do believe it's going to get more and more popular, because they essentially run a giant monopoly on online sales at this point. I mean, yes, it's more of an oligarchy, but let's be honest, everyone shops on Amazon. So let's take a look at this product, and I'm going to prove that this product is a product that can get some pretty decent profit margins on Amazon. And we're going to see that we can actually make a lot of money on this product alone. Now, it took me about 2 hours to discover this product, and that's because I was a little distracted, to be honest. So you're going to probably have to spend at least 10 hours to find a really good product. Now, at least a niche, and then you're going to have to develop, which products you want to purchase and which manufacturers you want to talk to develop those products. We'll get into that though later on. So here we have a Halloween inflatable T-Rex dinosaur blow-up, dress-up bunny simulation luxury cosplay costume suit. That's a pretty weird title. We're going to talk about how to. That's not very good SEO, to be honest. And they don't even have Amazon Prime. So they're probably not even Amazon FBA, which means that we're going to have a really good advantage of competing. Now, to show you the general market, I looked up an adult dinosaur costume, and this is probably what someone would look up if they're looking for a dinosaur costume. And so we have this guy over here, which is $52, and we have another one that's $55. So we're looking between $52 and $55. We're going to probably compete with Q-Shine in this case, because we can't really, brand ourselves as Jurassic Park or anything like that. We don't want to, possibly get into the lawsuit region. We don't want to avoid that area, so we want to create generic brands like Q-Shine. We'd probably come up with something like Awesome Adult Costumes. I don't know. You make a brand. It's up to you. But anyways, this is what we're competing with.